Today I'm going to tell you 10 things that 50-year-old me would tell 12-year-old me about learning guitar. Don't chase gear, chase skills. That expensive guitar won't make you sound better unless your fundamentals are solid. Focus on your playing first. The right gear will matter more once you've developed your skills. Never sell guitars to buy guitars. Each instrument has its own story. You may have learnt on this guitar. It could be the guitar that you played your first gig with. There's lots of things that connect you to this instrument. Save up and buy more guitars to add to your collection instead. Not only is the chance that you will just miss this instrument, but there's also a chance that that instrument may one day be worth a lot more than it is right now. This is probably the most important thing for me because I have sold and bought so many guitars over the years, and there's so many that I regret selling. I sold 2 Celia custom guitars that were made just for me. I sold a Sir Modern that was also a custom order, and I sold an Ibanez JS1000. I wish I'd kept all of those guitars, but also the 2 guitars that I started playing with. Record yourself regularly. You won't notice improvement unless you listen to your progress on a day-to-day or week-to-week basis. Listen back to the recordings of what you're currently trying to learn. You'll notice things that you will not notice if you're just playing. Listening back, if you can video yourself watching back, it makes a huge difference to seeing and hearing what things are going wrong with your technique and what things that you're actually playing wrong that in your head you might think you're playing correctly. The other bonus is if you listen back to some recordings from say 6 months ago, you're going to hear how much you've improved in that time. Play with other people as soon as possible. Now this one might be a bit of a hurdle for some people. It's scary, I understand that. But if you can find some friends that you can jam with and just play with and have fun, you will learn more doing that than you will playing in your bedroom at home. Music is a conversation, not a monologue. So you need to learn how to lock in with a drummer and a bass player, learn how to interact with a singer, and maybe even other guitar players in the band too. Always keep a guitar within arm's reach. I have a rack next to me with 5 guitars. I can grab one of those and start playing anytime I'm in this room. The easier it is to grab a guitar, even if it's just for 5 minutes, the more progress you'll make over time. Music is a language, not a competition. Stop worrying about being the best guitarist. Focus on expressing yourself and the joy of creating music. Some of the best guitar players in history were not technical virtuosos. They were great storytellers. You don't need loads of guitars. John, you don't need loads of guitars. You can get a lot of great tones from a versatile guitar. A good quality guitar with good pickups can cover a lot of tones, especially if you have a 5-way selector and humbuckers and you can split those humbuckers to be single coil. Add into the mix a good amp, an amp modeler, or effects, and that covers a lot of bases. That said, being able to switch between a Les Paul style guitar to a Strat style guitar to a shredder kind of guitar is really nice. Just know that it's a want, not a need. Spend at least 1 day a week doing methodical, structured practice. While jamming and playing for fun is essential, dedicated practice sessions with clear goals will accelerate your progress. Set time aside to deliberately work on technique, scales, and problem areas with your playing. There will be times that you want to quit. Don't. Progress isn't linear. You'll hit plateaus that last for months, maybe even years. I actually quit playing for about 5 or 6 years after my music degree because I just felt burnt out from the whole process. But I wish I hadn't. I wish I'd found people to play with that I had fun with. I wish I'd gone back to basics and just jammed along to records that I enjoyed rather than just walking away from the instrument for a while. It's worth pushing through that frustration, but it's really important to just find the reason that you started playing in the first place and get back to that point. Learn the art of dynamics. It's not just about how fast you can play or how technical you can play, but it's about how you can control volume, intensity, and emotion. I used to hear a lot of people say the spaces between the notes are just as important as the notes themselves, and I really didn't get it. Giving notes space to breathe can make a solo or a melody more emotive, more intense. Sometimes a whisper is more powerful than a scream. I hope you found some of this useful. I definitely could have benefited from this when I was picking up guitar all those years ago. See you in the next video.